One of my friends at work had given me a bush pumpkin last year to make a pumpkin pie from. So of course I made a pumpkin pie from the pumpkin, and then I kept the seeds. So now in my garden I have 3 big pumpkins ready to go. So as soon as that stalk turns brown, zoom in there. So as soon as that turns brown, I'll go ahead and I'll pull the pumpkin off of that. And then I'll start peeling this and boiling it down and actually making a pumpkin pie. The pumpkin pie I made last year was really good. It's pie filling that you get at the store because it's a little strandy. Some people don't like that flavor or that texture. And then there's another one underneath here. Hopefully our growing season lasts long enough. That one will turn orange, and then we'll have another pumpkin. So there's 2 types of pumpkin. I'm sure there's more pumpkins, but there's the pumpkins that people use to cut for decoration. There's the smaller pumpkins, and then there is this type of pumpkin, which is a bush pumpkin, which is an eating pumpkin. Not that you can't eat the other pumpkins, but this just has more flavor. So it's actually pretty cool whenever you can make your own homegrown pumpkin pie. Another video out there for do-it-yourself apple pie, where you're making the crust and making everything. So it's so much better than the stuff you get in the can and the stuff you get in the store. So much fresher, no preservatives, you know exactly what's going into it. Hello, it's fall here in western Pennsylvania, and with that it's time to harvest. What I've got here are 2 bush pumpkins, not to be confused with the pumpkins that you would carve for Halloween. These are sweeter pumpkins. They're a little smaller, you can tell by size. A friend gave me one last year, made a pumpkin pie from it, so I'm going to attempt to make a pumpkin pie from this. So this is going to be too big for probably one video. We try to keep our videos to 5 minutes. What we're going to do, the whole principle here is we're going to already wash this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to peel it. We're going to slice, cube it. We're going to save the seeds. We're going to recycle what we don't use. We're going to put it in a bowl. We're going to boil it. So basically we're going to almost mash it down. So what we're trying to do is take all of the meat from this pumpkin after we skin everything off, and I'll show you a little bit of that. And we're going to boil it down. I already have a pie filling chilling in the refrigerator from one of the other videos. You can see how to do that. And we're going to go ahead and make 1 or 2 pumpkin pies. So what you can see in this pumpkin, it does have some bug damage. So I've gone ahead and I've washed, again, pretty much scrubbed this. We're not going to do like a normal pumpkin. We're not going to cut the circle out. I'm just going to cut this in half. I'm going to take all the seeds out of it and then show you what it looks like. This pumpkin split in half. You can see which side it was, where it was eaten through. Really only ate into here, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of that off. Looks like we got some more pumpkins growing, which is good. Too bad I didn't have that for next year. That won't last, unfortunately. But we're going to empty all these out. We're going to keep all these seeds, and these are going to be our seeds for next year. So now that the seeds are out, we're just going to go ahead and peel this skin off. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's all going to get mashed down, but just like an apple, it's better to peel these. So I'll probably make these sections a little bit smaller and continue to cut them. So then once you get the back all peeled off, I just start slicing them into chunks. Doesn't really matter how you do this. They're all going to get smashed up anyway. So you want to make them small now, you want to make them small later. And they're going to get all boiled down. This is what you're looking for right here. All of this meat, that's going to become the filling of the pie. Alright, so that's what I got out of that 1 full pumpkin. So I think each pie is 3 cups of pumpkin pie filling. So I think I'm going to have plenty. What I'll do is I'll probably end up freezing some of this. So I'm going to take it in, put it on a pot, fill the pot up with water, and start boiling. I'm going to let that boil for an hour. I'm not going to do anything with this pumpkin. No reason to do another one. Let that one sit. I think I have 2 more. So show you what happens after it's boiled. Alright, so after 40 minutes, I put these in the pressure canner just because it was easier to can them, or actually get them down. So these were pretty hard before, pretty firm. Now they're squishy. I mean, just a little bit of a mixer, which is what I'm doing now. I'm going to put them in the mixer and I'll beat them all up. I'll show you what that looks like. Watch, this is what it looks like after it's in the blender. You can see there's still a lot of water down here, so I'm going to have to drain and strain some of this water. I don't want my my pumpkin pie being too soggy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at an angle. I'm probably going to let it drain for 10 or 15 minutes like that. Then I'll go ahead and add the spices. I'll put a list of the spices in the notes. But pretty much anyone's recipe will work. Again, it's like 6 cups of pumpkin, and you really want some pumpkin spice, so you want to make your own. You can use ginger, nutmeg, and cinnamon, or you can buy pumpkin spice. I tend to make everything from scratch. And then again, the crusts are made, so we'll go ahead and we'll put this in, add some milk to it, add some eggs, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's out of the oven. Okay, so now that the pie filling is all mixed, we're going to put it in the pan. And spread it out nice and even. What I have left, I'll make another small pumpkin pie. But if you look close in here, you can actually see some of the rinds. You can see little chunks of this. You can see little chunks of pie. I actually like that because that says I didn't buy this at a store. I didn't make this from a can. So the crust is handmade, filling is handmade. And now that that's in, we'll go ahead and put that in the oven, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Well, here's the finished pie. Actually, I did 2 of them. See, the crust is in here. You put it in the oven for 15 minutes at 425 degrees. And then when that's done, you let it sit for about 45 minutes or an hour at like 350, something like that. So what you want to do, after, you'll know it's done when you stick a fork in it or a knife in it. You pull it up and there's nothing on the knife. I mean, that's the same test you do for pretty much any pie. So that's it. Go ahead and try a piece of this and see what it tastes like. Thanks for watching.